Vegardena Inyardago. Doesn't sound like English. It probably sounds like a magic spell from Harry Potter. But believe it or not, that's your language. That's original English. Welcome to Timeline. I'm Zadnigor Srojba, your guide. Most students think literature is just memorizing dead people. Boring, dusty, useless. Why care about poems from 700 AD? Because Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings started here. Every hero you love comes from these ancient anonymous writers. You want to understand the modern mind? You need these roots. We are using facts from Hamdanov and Kosimov's world literature. Cross-referencing with Umurov's theory of literature, only real facts. But we won't just read. We will travel back in time. Imagine Britain in the 5th century. No electricity, no police, just dark forests, cold rain, and constant tribal warfare. Literature wasn't a hobby, it was survival guide. It taught you how to be loyal and how to die well. Are you brave enough for the dark ages? Let's dive in. First concept, anonymous writers. Who wrote these stories? We have no idea. Think of it like a viral meme. You share a funny video, but you don't know a creator. The content matters more than the author. That was the rule. This was oral tradition. Stories were spoken, not written. Aesop was the Netflix of the ancient world. He was the keeper of the history and the entertainment. Imagine sitting by fire, listening to a legend of Beowulf, and Beowulf is the first superhero of the English language. He fights Grendel, he fights a dragon, he saves the people. But it's not just action, it's about the fate. If you're meant to die, you die, so be brave. In Old English, you cannot escape your destiny. That's the heroic quote. Courage is the only choice. But here's the mystery. Why does Beowulf pray to God? These warriors were pagans. They worshipped war gods, not Jesus. The monks who wrote it down remixed the story. They added Christian values to a pagan monster story. It's a mashup. Viking violence meets Christian morality. This clash of cultures created the English language. It's rough, strong, and at the same time, it is spiritual and deep. We only have one manuscript of Beowulf left in the world. It survived a fire in the 1700s, just barely. If that book had burned, we would have lost but the part of the English history. Some Old English literature is a miracle of survival. It teaches us that words are more durable than stones. Now, let's look at the specific monsters they feared, because their monsters tell us about the biggest fears. Well, let's analyze the DNA of this literature. It's a battle between two massive ideologies. In the left corner, the pagan warrior culture and their values: gold, revenge, glory, and physical strength. If someone kills your brother, you must kill them back. No forgiveness, only blood feuds. In the right corner, the new Christian monks. Their values: humility, forgiveness, peace, and heaven. Turn the other cheek. It's their concept. Do not seek earthly gold. Now, look at the Beowulf again. It's a paradox. Beowulf thanks God, but he also brags about his skills. He fights for glory, but says it's God's will. Why this contradiction? Umurov's theory explains it well. The story is pagan. The writer was Christian. It's like putting a modern pop song over a classical movie. This versus battle creates the tension that makes the story exciting. Without the pagan side, it's too boring. Without the Christian side, it's too savage. Here is the question. Think like a monk in the year 800s. Why would a Christian monk write down a story about pagan monsters? You have 5 seconds. Pause this video and guess. Time's up. The answer? To connect with the people. To teach the new religion they used to old heroes. Now, let's organize all old English literature. According to Hamdanov and Qosimov, we divide it into 3 pillars. First pillar is heroic poetry. This is the action genre. Examples: Beowulf. Focus on kings, battles, and monsters. Second pillar is the religious poetry. This is the spiritual genre. Examples like works by Cadmon and Kinewolf. They are biblical stories. And third pillar is elegiac. This is the emotional genre. Examples: Seafarer and the Wanderer. These poems are sad. They're about loneliness and exile. Imagine being alone on a cold ocean. That's an elegy. So remember the system: heroes, saints, and loners. That is the entire library of Old English in 3 words. But how does this affect you today? So, is Old English dead? Absolutely not. Look at the Tolkien. He was an Oxford professor of this exact subject. The Lord of the Rings is basically Beowulf remixed for the 20th century. Aragorn is Beowulf. The ring is cursed treasure. Even today, when we speak, we use Old English. Words like life, death, child, love, and fight. These are the core human experiences. They're all Anglo-Saxon. We use French, Latin words for communication and for business, organization, communication. But when you are angry or in love, you speak in Old English. This literature proves that human psychology hasn't changed. We still want to be remembered. We still fear death. The monsters just changed from Grendel to economic crisis. Understanding Beowulf gives us the blueprint of Western mind. It helps you understand everything from Shakespeare to Hollywood. You are not studying a museum, you are studying the foundation. So respect the scope. He was the original influencer. Let's lock this knowledge in. The 3 golden rules of this era. Rule number 1: oral tradition. Literature was heard, not read. Rhythm and sound mattered most. Rule number 2: the fusion. It's a mix. Pagan bravery meets Christian humility. This conflict makes the literature dramatic and unique. Rule number 3: fate. You cannot control your destiny, but you can control your courage. That's the heroic code. Face the monster even if you lose. Memorize these 3 rules. They are your exam keys. I don't believe in boring homework essays. I have a real challenge for you. Open Hamdanov and Qosimov's textbook to the Old English chapter. Find 3 lines from Beowulf that describe the monster Grendel. And find a villain from a modern movie who matches that description. Is it Thanos, the Joker, or the Voldemort? Write the comparison in the comments or bring it to seminar. Prove to me that the monster hasn't changed in 1,000 years. Next week, everything changes. The French are coming. The Battle of Hastings in 1066. We will see how a war destroyed Old English and created something new. Get ready for romance, chivalry, and King Arthur. I'm Zarnigor Sorojeva. This is History of English Literature. Don't just read history, make history.